So I got to go over here and get Mario. You know, this is hard. I will admit it's hard. Not scary, but just hard. The Lord has this whole plan for me, and here I am leaving a place where I really love. I'm leaving for a season. I know the Lord will probably bring me back, but yeah, it's a big change for me. And here's the deal. I'll catch you guys up on we got to be out of here by Tuesday. And the first thing I notice, I don't have a lot of stuff, but the one thing I really want to take with me, and I showed you this in the last video, my kayak is underneath there. See, there it is. I don't think it's coming out because it's ice. It's going to be a problem. Because you see how good I'm walking today, right? In fact, the people that were helping us, the one lady's name is Connie, and we saw her at the post office the other day, and she was like, because she works at the hospital, and she's like, so was it cancer? And I'm like, yeah. And then Earl asked today, he's like, oh, I heard you have some type of cancer. And I said, well, that's what the doctors say. Because me and my friend were just talking about how important it is to speak God's word. It gives it power. It gives it legs. It's like you're speaking victory into your life. So I say that the doctors have diagnosed me with that cancer, but I say I'm going to be fully healed. And I know that completely. In fact, Connie looked at me today and she squeezed my cheeks and she says, you look so healthy. And I said, yeah, this has only been 3 weeks since my girlfriend got here. 3 weeks of being with her, eating well, spiritually being fed. 3 weeks. There's a doctor online that I watched a couple of his YouTube videos, fascinating. He says any cancer can be cured within 4 to 16 weeks. Even as a nurse, after listening to him, I believe it. All right, so anyway, this is the mess. This is the mess that I got to clean up. And there's not much that I'm going to be giving away because I don't have much, but that needs to go to the dump. And what else we got here? And there are the solar panels. I'm bringing the solar panels with me because I'm going to see if I can get those hooked up. And you see this coffee? I have been hauling this around since I first bought it 7 years ago. It's a brand new coffee maker, and I haven't had electricity until I moved into this apartment. And I was so used to using my little cowboy coffee pot so if anybody wants a free coffee pot, there it is. Mr. Coffee. I can't even give that away. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm giving my little tiny freezer away, and it's dirty, but it's brand new. So there's a gentleman who is actually, he's going through divorce, and guess what? He doesn't have anything. What is that? Oh, we just found the attachment to my juicer. Yes! See? But anyway, I'm going to give this fellow my freezer, and I've got a rocker that I bought. See this rocker? When I had my bike accident, I bought that rocker so I could sit with my neck. So I got that. And I have a little couch that I took with me. I'm going to give him that, and just the table. That's basically all I have. And then my life is in a tiny storage unit. You know what? This is the thing. This is the thing that you have to remember. You can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. Our treasures are in heaven. And I know so many people, and you know, it's okay to have things. The Lord wants us to be prosperous. He wants us to live an abundant life, okay? So don't take this the wrong way when I talk about this. But if you get to the point where you are actually making your treasures here on earth more important, you're idolizing your treasures, then there's a problem. There is a problem. You need to be able to walk away from everything. And that's where the Lord has me right now. He's like basically told me, you walk away from everything. And it's funny because when I left the homestead, think about this. I basically left with very little. Well, and he told me to. And there were people that said, no, you got to split it up. You got to split it up. That's the law. That's the law. You need to go through every item in your house. And I kept saying, no, that's not what the Lord is calling me to do. And they're like, yes, that's what, in fact, I remember when Mrs. C was telling me to hire a lawyer for $8,000 and make sure I write everything down. And I knew in my heart that was not what the Lord was calling me to do. Well, to make a long story short, when I left, it's basically a truck and a trailer. And now as things unfold, get this, who was right all along? The Lord was right all along. If I would have had too much stuff and taken half of everything of the homestead, what would I have done with it? Because now I have this spine issue, lost my job, the house is being put up for sale, really no place to live, right? And then I get diagnosed, the doctors say I have cancer, right? Okay. And Mr. C dies. Well, think about all of this. God knew all of this. He had a plan for me. He had a plan to protect me and to take care of me. And part of that plan was for me to walk away. And now when I go to Georgia, I can't be hauling a whole U-Haul worth of junk. So always think in the back of your mind, what was the story about was it the rich man who wanted to follow Jesus, right? And he comes up to Jesus, and he says, what must I do? Because he did everything. He did everything. He was a follower of Christ. He was the perfect picture of what a follower would look like until Jesus said, sell everything and follow me. Then it wasn't so cool, right? Then it wasn't like, ugh.
No self-sacrifice.
Yeah, no self-sacrifice. So just think about this in your walk, and I'm going to wrap it up because I need to clean this up. Anytime the Lord can come to you and ask you to leave everything, would you be able to do that? Would you be willing to do that? Because that's what the Lord did to me. He asked me to leave everything, and I have. And the riches of leaving everything has been abundant. So if you are on a walk with the Lord and you are just, you want to get closer to the Lord, ask yourself that question. How attached are you to your house, your items, your car, your money, your retirement, your job? Ask yourself that. And ask yourself, if the Lord came here today and said, you need to pick up your cross and leave, would you be able to do that? Okay. We'll talk later.